Hello YouTubers and all those out there watch. Hope you guys are all doing quite well and you're drinking a can of some delicious Arizona iced tea. I'm not getting paid for it, but someday in the future I will. Nah, I'm kidding. So, alright. A little bit of it's going to be a dark sort of video where the questions going to be a little bit like, ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so games out there that actually shocked you. Now, this is going to be the subject matter for today. I wanted to talk about it. But before I do that, one game in particular I want to talk about is this right here. At first, I did not expect what I'm getting with the game, which is quite positive in that note. It feels a lot like granted, a little bit like a rail shooter, but rail shooter being as it's being, you're pushed in one particular direction, but it has a lot of elements like BioShock, which is really good. So if you can find this really cheap on PC, consoles, whatever, definitely pick it up. Really good. We'll be playing that in a little while after this video is over, most likely. Yes, or try to play the Deceptive beta. Or is it Deceptive? Can't remember the name. Anyway. So, moving on, I also got this right here. I got a new Slug Zombies Christmas Edition one. It was at Target, and this is one I was missing from the Series 2, which is the werewolf, as well as the guy that pops out of the present, and an extra one of these assholes. But, not too bad, I would say. These are cheap as hell at Target, so if you find them at your local Target, definitely pick them up. They're an awesome collectible. But okay, the subject at hand. Games that were so shockingly offensive that it just left you like speechless. And this can expand from any console platform whatsoever. Any game that had a story or something that just shocked you, even though you might have a mind where you're like, alright, I can accept things for what they are, or I understand it's not real at the end of the day, but it still made you go, and it's really rare. I mean, for example, such as Call of Duty 4 with the nuclear bomb, after I heard it so many times from people, they were talking about nuclear bombs and apocalypse now. I mean, I remember when I was in the war, I was shooting people and people went down. I was doing it for the country, for great justice. Then I went back on track. Then, of course, it was sort of like, after I watched it, I was just kind of like, okay. Because it was sort of like you hear about it, it doesn't quite impact you as much seeing it yourself after. Same thing with when you're going through the airport with Makarov on Modern Warfare 2. It had an impact in the media, absolutely, as being one of those shocking things, but if you hear about it first and go watch it, it doesn't shock you. But there's one exception in one particular game I played, and yes, it's a little bit of a generic cliche thing to play shooters nowadays, I suppose, but this, of course, is with Spec Ops The Line, and this right here is my choice of this shocker. I mean, yes, there's the ending to BioShock 1, which is pretty shocking, but there's, pardon the pun, haka chaka chaka, and it was just the atmosphere overall shocked me. While I understand it was not real, it was just a surreal feel of it. It felt like I was playing an Apocalypse Now style thing, where it was just like, you felt like it takes a little bit of emotion out of you and just makes you feel guilty. And it's like, normally a game does not do that to me at all. I just generally play it and I'm done with it, But this is just like, I was very impressed of how they presented it. It was such a good artistic and presentation too. It was really a thing worth noting. I mean, the game itself might not be innovative in any regards towards a rail shooter or a shooter where over the shoulder, but it was honestly a pretty good game, just with storyline alone. So if you guys find Spec Ops The Line cheap, I mean, heck, the digital deals for this game is cheap as well. It's like $7 every once in a while on Amazon or whatever. If you have a good computer or if you have the modern consoles, play it. It's really, I would say, really shocking and good. That's all I gotta say. So, I mean, past that, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. It was really a shocking game. Made me touch my nipples several times. with the one-hit kill sniper rifle. Anyway, guys, I'm done. Take it easy, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.